time of day. Now, there seems to be loads of special Christmas events happening around East London over the next couple of weeks. I don't know, ranging from the straightforward commercial Christmas sales, I don't know, trying to tempt us to part with our money, Christmas pantomimes, carol services, charity appeals. But of all these events happening locally, there's one that particularly caught my eye that's happening this Saturday. Christmas Chronicles. Well, here to tell us all about it, we're joined now live in the studio by Emelie Clark, Artistic Director with the Make Believe Theatre Company. Emelie, thanks for joining us here on NuSound Radio 92 FM.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, well, Christmas Chronicles, what exactly is Christmas Chronicles?
It's a community event where we're trying to tell such a well-told story in a new way and hopefully draw some people's attention to it. I think the nativity story, the Christmas story, is so well known to many of us that we forget to really take it seriously. Our kids play really nice plays in schools and we all sit there and go, ah. Or for many of us it's probably a confusing mixture of a fat guy in a red suit and fairies and some sheep here and there, and we're a bit confused about the whole story. So the idea is really to put it on and make people part of the story, to play a part in the story and to see it on a human level really, rather than as a cute picture postcard story.
Okay, now, can you explain exactly the nuts and bolts of it now? Because when I first saw it, I saw the poster of it, and it's on at 3 different places. Now, how can you have like a performance on at 3 different places? I can't understand how it works.
Well, see, this is what I and Make Believe Theatre Company is really passionate about. It's different type of theatre. I think generally when people hear theatre, they expect to go into a building, sit down in rows, and then the lights go out, and then you almost switch your brain off and just get entertained by other people for an hour and a half or whatever. Whereas interactive theatre, which is what Make Believe Theatre Company mainly does, it's all about the audience being part of the performance as well. And so this is the first time we're doing a multi-venue performance. And it's really playing the different characters have different venues in the story. Because the story is all about travelling, isn't it? Mariam and Joseph are travelling to Bethlehem for the census, and the shepherds are out in the fields, and then they travel to see this child. And the wise men, or the magi, are travelling from far in the east somewhere to come and see this child as well. So we've integrated this idea of travelling. And so the audience will be travelling between 3 different sites, and in each site they will meet a different group of characters from the story.
And where are these, when you say 3 different sites, where do you mean, where are these places we're talking about?
First of all, in Central Park, we have the shepherds. And we did this part of the performance last year.
I'm just picturing this. Yeah, Central Park. We're talking about Central Park in East Ham. Yeah, yes. We're going to have the shepherds. Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
That's the site for the shepherds, and we did this last year. We're hiring in real sheep as well. And while they're there in the
I thought you might have people dressed up as it. I thought this could be a part for me. I thought I could have a bit.
Oh, you're very welcome. Come and join us. Come and join us. Please do. We have a series of actors there, and we have sheep. And then while they're out there around the campfire, they suddenly hear the sound of singing, and we have a special choir coming and giving good news to the shepherds. Then at Radion Studios, which is a new studio, arts and crafts studio, also in East Ham.
That's on Masterman's Road, yeah.
In there is our stable, where Mariam and Joseph have travelled to, and there's a family there who welcome them and welcome the audience also in to spend some time together. And while they are there, the time comes for Mary to give birth. And we know what special baby this is. Or if you don't, please come along on Saturday and you'll find out. Also in the stable, we're actually having a real live donkey in there. So that's
really? Where do you get these animals from?
We're hiring them from Brooks Farm. So that's really exciting. And also in the final venue, which is in Flanders Field, the entrance is from Wellington Road. So we've chopped down lots of bushes to open this separate gate. So you can enter into the caravan of the wise men or the magi from the east. And they will be having a bunch of goats there as well. So we're having various animals. Never work with children and animals, they say. So it's a family event with animals, so please come along.
No. Oh, this sounds fantastic. And what do you do? Did you start at a particular place and move on? I mean, tell me how it works.
You can start in any of the 3 venues. They all start simultaneously, and for the 2 hours, between 1 and 3, there will be...
This is on Saturday, yeah?
On Saturday the 17th. 1, 2, 3, in these 3 venues. You can come to any of them in either order in any order you want to. So you can either start with the shepherds and then travel on from there to either the wise men or to see Mariam and Joseph. or you can start at Mariam Joseph's and then move on from there. So it's completely up to you. But you can come to one of the venues and stay there for the whole time, or you can turn up halfway through and run through them. It's very free, and people can take it in their own time and for how long they want, or move on when they're ready. So it's really just a kind of a story trail where you can explore in your own time and get to know some of these characters and play a part of the story yourself as well.
It's fantastic. I mean, just the logistics of this is absolutely amazing. I mean, you must be pulling your hair out trying to follow this.
It has been rather.
I would say, Emelie, she's not completely bald. I know this is very. She's not bald. She's got some lovely blonde hair.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a puzzle to get all the venues together. Originally, we were supposed to have four venues, but we've had to simplify the whole production. So unfortunately, the kitchen table on Barking Road, the cafe there, even though they've been a big part of the process, and we've had several workshops there, and they're very much part of the process, unfortunately, we have cut them out in terms of a venue for the performance, because we need to simplify. So there's 3 venues: Central Park, Radion Studios, and Flanders Field.
And how many people are involved in this?
I was counting that this morning, actually. I think there's probably about 30 performers in all, including both actors then and singers, as well as probably 10 or 15 maybe other people that are helping out behind the scenes.
Not to mention the goats and the sheep and the donkeys and things like that.
So, yeah. So we've had workshops making costumes and making props and things. So it's just been a lovely time of seeing people come together that maybe wouldn't normally connect with each other, or sitting together painting glass lanterns for the Wise Men's Camp and this sort of thing. So it's a really lovely community project.
I mean, where did this come from? Where did the idea come from?
I've had this dream, I think, for a few years. I've been involved in directing children's nativities in our church in East Ham, Bonnie Downs, and I've always thought it's actually quite a raw and harsh story. We always think it's quite lovely and sweet, but I think the pain that's in there, and these shepherds were almost considered homeless. They were unclean and dirty, and people didn't necessarily like them. And these strange foreigners from Far East somewhere coming and to worship this new king, and then Herod killing thousands of children in order to get to this one special child, Jesus. And I just think it's quite a raw story, really, and we always make it so sweet. So I wanted to make it an adult story, and to get us to reflect on some of the bigger issues in there, really.
It must be quite an experience for the people taking part in this as well. You know, because they sort of get new insights into, like a story that, for a lot of people, they know it's the first story they ever learned.
Yeah. I think it's true. We've had a really interesting mix, because obviously we're in Newham, so there's such an interesting mixture of people living here and different ethnicities and religions and stuff. So there's by no means a sort of Christian production. We have Muslims and Hindus and atheists and all different people involved in it. And I think it's just an iconic story, even if you're not religious in any way. Great artists have painted this story for 2,000 years now, and obviously there have been plays made on it and songs written about it, and it's one of our biggest festivals. It centres around this story, and so I think even if you don't come from a sort of spiritual perspective to it, it's a very iconic and very interesting story to look at again.
Can you just give us the details again of where people can go to and what times and just the nuts and bolts?
Absolutely,
just give that to us again.
It's all free of charge, and it's on Saturday, this Saturday coming, the 17th of December, between 1 and 3. And you can come to any of the 3 venues that you choose to start from. Central Park, near the High Street South entrance in East Ham, so postcode is E6 6ET. Or Red Door Studios, which is on Masterman Road, but the address is actually rear of 120 High Street South. Postcode there is E6 3RW. Or the third venue is Flanders Field, and the entrance is from Wellington Road, so not the normal entrance where you would normally go into the Bobby Moore Pavilion. And the postcode is E6 6EB. And you can come to any other 3 venues and then move on from there to discover the other venues. And you'll get a program with a map, so you don't have to remember everything. If you can just remember one venue, start from there.
You get off there, somewhere like the park is probably the easiest one to find.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably
you'll see a crowd of
starting point.
You'll see some people wandering around with some sheep thinking, what are they doing here?
What's going on here? Exactly.
No, that sounds fantastic. I'll tell you what, finally, I've got to go to the break now, but what do you think, if there's one thing that makes this production, Christmas Chronicles, makes it special, what do you think it is? There's the one thing that really draws out of it.
I think as with a lot of things that Make Believe Theatre Company does, it's that bringing community to the theatre and theatre to the community is really what we're about. It's not for people that maybe travel up to the West End to go and see productions normally. It's for people, local people, to just experience the sort of magic of theatre and performance together with other people from the community and making new friends through the art of theatre.
Emelie Clark, Artistic Director with the Make Believe Theatre Company. Thanks for joining us on NuSound Radio 92 FM.
Thank you.